Welcome to Teacher's Table. I am your host, Michael Matera, and I am really excited to have you guys here today. So, if you could, I would love it if you dropped a comment in the comment box so we know who's here. Introduce yourselves, where you're from. I'm going to do the same thing. Drop a little welcome message to you guys. Jordan, nice to have you back. That's 2 days in a row. Love seeing that. Thank you for that. Actually, we're gonna bring you up here. So Jordan, that's awesome to have you here. We got a few other people watching. So this idea of the teacher's table again is for you guys to sort of come together. It's for us to learn together, grow together, and truly try to like unlock sort of that joy in education as well as sort of our lives ourselves. And I got some stories today for you guys in terms of unlocking that sort of joy and that love. Two great stories, and in fact, I'll tell those stories if we hit today's like goal. I'm gonna shoot for the same like goal that we had yesterday because it's only day 2. I don't know if we're gonna get up to a like goal of 10 again, but we'll see what we get to. Let's see who else we have here. Carrie's here. That's awesome. Good to see you, Carrie. So from Oklahoma, English teacher. I love it. All right, thank you guys for those likes. Sarah made it back. Love seeing Sarah from Texas. That's awesome. Don't know if you caught yesterday's show, Sarah, but I sort of addressed the question you had about online learning being more about SEL than it is about technical skills. Let me know if you want me to sort of double back on that. I'd be happy to do that as well. Let's see what else we got here. Elizabeth made it. Nice. Good to see you, Elizabeth. Love having you on the show. That's fabulous. Again, if you could kind of introduce yourself, where you're from, what do you teach, that's kind of thing, so that in the chat, you guys are able to also chit-chat with each other and help each other out. That would be awesome. All right, so Sarah asked if we could sort of start by chewing the fat on that sort of discussion question, which was about the idea of online learning being more about social emotional, that we need to sort of focus on that. We need to think about that a little more than I think we do right now. Because when we first switched, so Sarah, what I was saying is, as we switched to sort of all online digital learning platforms, we got all excited about the tech, right? And that was what all the conversations were about. Tech. And tech's important, and tech was something we all had to grab to because that literally was the medium that we were going to sort of interact with our students, and we had to make that shift instantaneously. So I get it. However, in that shift, I think we didn't always sort of focus enough on students and what students are going through, and that true loss of that connection between us, that physical connection that we have in a class space. And so I hope teachers, administrators, I said yesterday that my administration did a wonderful job really getting us to focus on the social emotional. Use some of your class time to talk to students. Schedule some outside meetings to talk to students just about how they're doing. Set your curriculum aside a little bit and make sure they're okay. And don't just do it once. This social emotional isn't just team building where you can kind of go to a camp once, do a weekend training, and then we're all bonded together for life. Like, social emotional is an everyday ebb and flow, and you need to sort of check in and make sure you're doing things towards that end. The technical skills we're all going to end up finding a tool we like and understanding that tool, but it's a whole nother thing to actually figure out ways to sort of build relationships online and not just sustain them, but truly build them, right? But even sustaining them is something that I don't know if we all focused on or did in those early days. All right, let's look at some of the other comments we have coming in. Sarah, I'd be interested to hear what you think. Maybe you've already posted it in the comments. I'm going to read through those right now as I can. Jennifer Ledford's here. That's awesome. I love Jennifer Ledford. Such an amazing presenter. If you ever get a chance to see her present, definitely go to one of her sessions. She's fantastic. Very creative mind. Love it. Love it. So welcome, Jennifer. Elizabeth, also from Indiana. That's fantastic. I say also because that's where Jennifer Ledford's from. If you guys don't know, Thomas from Germany. Love having you here from Germany, Thomas. And also great powerhouse, creative thinker. Uses gamification in his classroom. He's been on Well Played. Definitely awesome. Good to have you 2 days in a row. I love it. That's fantastic. We're at 6 on the likes. That's awesome. We're almost up to the 10. Let's see. Let's see here. Jordan says, I have taken some time off from work, a little overwhelmed with all of the tech and how things are going, but trying to keep the game going. Yeah, so anybody that doesn't know about gamification, that is a huge passion of mine. It's something that you can get on this channel and check out more of. Gamification being like this idea of thinking of ways to sort of motivate, inspire, and connect with our students and using game mechanics to do so. So what is it about a game that gets them? So continuing the game's tough. It's definitely made me, it's been a head scratcher for me. How do I give items and badges? One of my favorite things is those items, those power-ups. And I created a template that I can share with you about items. Let me bring it up here. I'll tweet it out at Teacher's Table after this if you end up wanting it, but sorry, gotta load it up here. All right, let's go with this. I call them house boards, so let's hop over here for a sec. So it's still loading up, but so I went with this like theme where they're gonna like almost like Clash of Clans, build up different buildings and stuff in their city to gain them power, right? I posted a page right now of possible digital items that they could get. I'm gonna add to this sort of panel, obviously. Here are some of the buildings and what they do, and kids can kind of see this. And then here's what a student's like portfolio would look like. So I lay the items right into their portfolio. I lay their badges right into their portfolio. They can see it. I can see it. It's pretty easy to maintain. It's a lot of copying and pasting, but pretty quick to do. I'll say the number of students doing side quests have gone down a little bit. So this also makes this more manageable because I don't have, 60 students doing quests at any given time. So if you want that, that's been a way to sort of continue the piece of the game that I loved sort of the most. Let's see some more comments here. Hang on a sec. Sorry. All right, so Sarah did get back to me about this, right? So she says, agree now 100%. As an administrator, I have been promoting this among our staff and students. We have created a community with each other. It's so important, right? This idea, and that's really like what I'm trying to start here with Teacher's Table, is a community of teachers and educators that are in this together and looking for solutions together. So those of you that are here, just come into the chat now. Drop your name in the chat so we know who's here, where you're from, where you hail from. That would be awesome. And if we hit our like goal today, I got a nice little story to tell you about SEL. So we're at 6 likes. Let's try to get that up a little bit. All right, so moving right along here. Another one here. New York middle school librarian. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to hearing about how you are working with students. Students at our school, we're doing sort of digital classes, 30-minute digital classes, and then we have like 2 hours of office hours in which we're supposed to sort of schedule and meet with our students. It's not ideal. I mean, it's not the same as being in class together, but it's not bad, right? Like it's pretty amazing how well it's working out. I mean, granted, I totally would want to go back to the classroom if I could in a heartbeat, but that's not an option. So this is a pretty good in between. Let's see here. Got a lot of comments. That's awesome, guys. Thank you. Oh, I'm going to throw up Kyle's here. Kyle's always nice to connect with everyone. Love the early chats. They already have gone through 2 cups of coffee. I'm on my second, and I got to tell you, this morning, not only did I do a cup of coffee, I also made some pizza dough for later today. I'm going to do, my daughter and I's like, we love to eat pizza. In fact, I asked her yesterday, would you mind if we have pizza tomorrow? And she goes, Dad, that's not even a question. It's just like, when are we having pizza? Because the answer is always yes. I love it. That's fantastic. We're up to 8 likes. That's pretty close. I dig it. Let's see. Jennifer. Whoa. Jennifer, that's crazy. Jennifer says, we are already done, finished April 27th, but I am now starting a virtual game club on Mondays. Jennifer, share a little bit about that. Being a gamer myself, love doing game club. I actually run a Thursday. You guys can all come to it for sure. Thursday at 3:30 Central Standard Time. Thomas, for you, just keep in mind, because I know Eastern Standard Time's a little easier to understand. That'd be 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. It's a game club for everyone. You guys can all join the game. Games are online. It's pretty awesome. You don't need anything but like a sheet of paper. I love it. Kids are doing great with it. Let's see who else we have here. Oh, Carrie says, my seniors have been struggling with the loss of their graduation ceremony, their senior prom, all the things that they've been looking forward to. That is just like the most heartbreaking thing about all of this is it's sad when people have lost like sports and these kind of things for those juniors, those sophomores, right? Those freshmen that were super excited to be on a team or something. But it's just extra heartbreaking for those seniors. Their last game, their last, prom, their last dance, all of that. That has sort of been heartbreaking. I gotta say, when there was that craze, I hope I don't offend anybody, but when there was that craze of posting your senior picture, I didn't do it because it just didn't feel right to me. Like it almost seems like showing off that I had a great senior year. So in solidarity, I guess I didn't post mine, but might also be because I look like a doofus. But I think it's more the first reason for sure. Let's see. Got some more. Sonia, that's awesome. New, love having you on here. Sonia teaches EL, reading intervention, and sometimes German at a high school in Cudahy, Wisconsin. Wisco, love it. That's fantastic. Trying to figure out how to engage my struggling readers. There are lots of different tools, lots of different things we can do to sort of engage students in our classrooms. It becomes, again, a little bit of a head scratcher when we're talking about online engagement. One of the things that students have told me is they actually like the changing of things, right? So where I think in a traditional class we're told to kind of have like set routines, and I think we should have set routines, don't get me wrong, set routines in our online class. I think that helps, but I think it's also important to have things get shaken up. Like we're missing that sort of personal touch, and I think one way to do it, one way to connect is by like trying new things together. So think about how you could spin some new things, right? Try some new tools, give it a go, and just admit to your students you're trying something for the new time. It may not work out, but like this is great time, teachers, for us to sort of try new things, blaze new trails, because all of this entire time that we're doing this stuff is kind of, I don't know, like to me, this is like a bonus time that we're getting to try these things. And we're not really counting it towards state testing. We're not counting it towards anything else. So this is a great time to fly through, try 4 or 5 different tools, try different techniques, try gamification. I'm gonna stick that one in there. Let's see. Oh, we got some of you guys chit-chatting with each other, which is awesome. I love seeing that you guys are answering each other. Carol, I love seeing you on the chat. No problem that you're late. You can jump in and say hello anytime. I just love that you're coming back to the channel. It is awesome that we're building Teachers Table together, getting people around this table, learning from each other and growing together. Let's see. We have a little response here. I like this. My struggling MS readers love graphic novels. There are many nonfiction graphic novels. Maybe you could incorporate them. I think that's awesome. I got to tell you, at my school, the English department in our middle school, I can't speak, maybe our high school too, maybe our elementary, but have really like grabbed a hold of this whole graphic novel sort of craze, and it's a good craze. I mean, there are some meaty, good, delicious graphic novels that we could add to our classrooms. I'm also going to give a shout out to a friend of mine, Quinn Rollins, who goes by the name Jedi Kermit on Twitter. He wrote Play Like a Pirate. I don't mean to like be doing a sell job here, but like the guy loves graphic novels. So if you go look up Quinn Rollins at Jedi Kermit, you are going to find a treasure trove of great graphic novels that he has like written on his blog about, told you which ones to pick up, told you how he infuses it in his high school history class. It wouldn't be a hard jump for you guys to try it in an English class, I would think. But again, that's above my pay grade. I don't necessarily know that. But let's see who else we got here. Nick Davis. No apologies for being late. There is no late. The fact that you're here is the important part. We are 1 like away from hitting our today's like goal. Really excited to tell you sort of this SEL sort of story that I have queued up for today. If we hit our like goal. Let's see. Yeah, gamification, I could see how you could find it tough, but I got to tell you, for some of you that haven't started it yet, these times right now, I'm going to argue, could be a great time to start gamification, because your kids are already on an adventure. So I would just say wrap that adventure into your class. So if you haven't started, choose a theme. Maybe we could do a teacher's table on that. Maybe we could set that aside as like beginning gamification right now. We could do that as a topic maybe coming forward. But it's hard to sort of have that same sort of enthusiasm that you have when you see those kids get so excited about gamification in the classroom. It's really hard because you're not getting that same like student energy response, even if they're excited. I've had lots of students tell me like, when's the adventure path going to come up, right? Like they're still excited, but it's just not the same when you can't feel that kinetic energy over an online classroom. So I get that it can be sort of tough here. Let's see. Nice little, I'm liking these comments. I mean, you guys are doing good. You're working together. Thomas, thank you again for sharing out some ideas. Kyle sort of responds that this is what definitely got him into reading when he was a student. So that's something to think about too, that we as educators are, we got to remember what it's like to be a student, right? What got us over the hump. On that note, I got to tell you, I hope I don't make English teachers cringe here, but for me, like as an adult, finally telling myself that audiobooks are okay, that audiobooks count as reading, right? The whole point to reading is to either get a great story, right, or learn something. And for me, like I love nonfiction. I love to learn something. But I always struggle to like read long format like books because like my eyes get droopy. I'm tired. I don't set aside that time. So the the moment I sort of told myself it's okay, right? Like I'm not in school anymore. I'm not reading to learn how to read anymore. I'm not reading to learn how to like annotate anymore. I'm reading for the information. I'm reading for the story. And if that's the case, then an audiobook is okay. And the moment I sort of did that, I went from reading like only a few books a year to now reading 20, 30 books and nonfiction books a year, and I'm loving it. So, keeping that in mind, that's I don't know. Just remembering what it's like to be a student is good. Let's see. Scott says, sorry, I'm late. Again, Scott, no late. I am having a great day. My kids love graphic novels. See, another good shout out to that. Hazard Tales by Nathaniel Hale are amazing U.S. history graphic novels for kids. See, boom, another great suggestion right here on the teacher's table. Love that we're coming together, having these discussions and getting these ideas. Sonia says, yes, please. Sonia, if you can remind me what that yes, please is for, that would be great. All right, let's see here. I love this idea. Oops, I took it off here. Sorry. She is waiting to use Robin Hood. What a great theme. What a great lore. What a great world to sort of draw from. I love it. That is going to be such a great theme. Carrie, when you sort of set down to design that, when you're working on that, definitely reach out to me. I would love to help you on that. Maybe even have you on Well Played if you'd like to. I always love having new teachers on Well Played who are getting started with gamification on their journey. I think it's great. It shows people kind of the how, the why, the everything. That would be awesome. Love to have you. Let's see here. All right, let's see Carol's response here. Audiobooks open up reading to all kids, regardless of reading levels. We have two kids with severe dyslexia, and they totally join in and even excel at reading discussions with audiobooks. Boom, I love it. Thank you so much, Carol. Again, that was something I got to tell you. Like as a kid, like I was embarrassed. Reading just never sort of clicked with me, never got that excitement for me, and I think some of it was the sort of struggling sort of reader, the fatigue, if you will, and that translated into me being an adult who didn't necessarily read a ton. And then when I sort of told myself, wait a minute, this is my life. I can do what I want. Like I'm not defined by a teacher judging me or telling me this, that, or the other. And so when it opened up, when I just allowed myself to read audiobooks, and it totally counts as reading, because again, we're doing it for the information or the story. It felt so good. Thank you, Sonia. So the yes, please is for the gamification table. So I thought with some of these teacher tables, maybe in the title I'll drop like what we're talking about. A lot of them I want it to be open-ended. I want it to be for you guys, where the conversation goes, what it leads to, and just a positive morning start to our days here as we sort of let Teacher's Table grow. That would be fantastic. We're one like away from our goal here today. We're sitting at 9 likes. So if one more of you can kind of click that like, that would be awesome. Let's see. Robin Hood will be fantastic. I mean, I'm loving the support you guys are giving each other. It is. Gary's like, okay, I get it. Robin Hood, it's gonna be good. All right, Matt asks a question to the group. Let's see if we can help him out. Has anyone used a graphic novel adventures? They are super cool, especially for all of you gaming fans. The Caruso Crew even allows for multiplayer. I have not. That's something I want to look up like right after this. That would be fantastic. If you could, I don't know if you're on a computer, instead of dropping in the chat there, you guys can drop links down in the actual comment to the video. And that way, like, people can get to those right away, straight away. That would be awesome if one of you guys want to do that. One of you quarantine crew want to help me out on the stream there, that would be fantastic. Let's see. So many. I'm loving these comments. Great job. Oh, we got to our goal today. Fantastic. Excited to sort of tell you this SEL sort of story yesterday. So in all of this live streaming, all of this craziness, right? I end my show and I'm doing something on my computer. My computer sort of glitches out a little bit afterwards. So I reboot my computer, and then my computer doesn't connect back to the internet. And I have class. My class starts at 9. So after this ends at 8:30, I gotta go. I gotta get ready for class. But I don't notice this right away. Like after this, I get up, I stretch a little bit, and I sit down like 10 minutes before class. My computer's glitching out. So I reboot the computer, doesn't connect to the internet. Oh no. Run all the way down into my basement where the internet sort of comes in. I see there's a problem, so I reboot the router, and it also still doesn't connect. Reboot it again, and rebooting at my house takes a while because I have like the router, then I have my Wi-Fi, and then I actually have like a network switch, and you have to kind of reboot one, then boot the other, and then boot the third. And then after all that string of rebooting happens, if it doesn't take, you have to start that chain over again, unplug, wait like a minute for everything to clear, then plug the one in, wait for that to come online, takes like 2 minutes, then plug in the second piece, wait a little bit, see that takes like 2 minutes. So needless to say, I end up being 10 minutes late to a 30-minute online class, and I'm thinking, oh no, they all must have left. They must have just buggered off and said, we don't have class today. Instead, I get in there, I get to my Google Meet, and it says like there are the amount of kids that need to be in there, and I get in there, and I'm gonna bust in there. I'm assuming they're all gonna be goofy and talking about crazy things, and I all of a sudden hear them discussing today's like lesson. And let me bring this up for you for a sec here. So I post, this is what my website sort of looks like. Whatever lesson we're on for the day, it's the top lesson, so they know which lesson it is. It's kind of like blogs format where the newest is at the top. And I always have an opening, and my opening that day happened to be like a life check-in, and I had some sentence starters here, what's working for them in online education, and then we had some sentence starters for what's not working for them in online education. And when I busted in 10 minutes late, these kids were holding a wonderful discussion. One of them was acting as sort of the moderator, calling on kids, and then the kid would turn on their microphone and answer like what's going well, and then they turn it off, and then the kid would call on somebody else. This is amazing to me that like when you create one like trust with your students, they knew they gave me patience, right? They knew there must have been some reason I wasn't there, and they gave me that patience. And then also when you develop that kind of relationship and have that kind of structure like that, kids know how to make that right choice, and they did. I was so excited to sort of see the students be this way and do this in our class. I thought it was amazing. I loved it. Let's see what else we have here. Got a bunch of people responding to each other. That's fantastic. Elizabeth telling me it's all right to sort of listen on tape. That's awesome. Fantastic. Charlie F. Sorry is here. Hey, what's up, buddy? Thomas, thank you. Thomas says he loves the samurai. Way cool. I try to add a little picture per unit, per lesson, make it come to life a little bit. Nick, thank you very much. I try to sort of share some of the stories, some of the things. And one of the things I think it's important is we got to notice these things. We got to like take a moment to sort of recognize just how amazing that is, and that our students can do these things. And it's pretty cool. Matt says he can't find the comments. Maybe I'll just bring up what our feed looks like right now. So this is going to be weird. I'm going to be double on the screen. But see, there's our feed over there and comments right down below. And I can click add public comment right there. All right, I'm going to get that off the screen so that it doesn't blow up the internet. Yeah. So, all right, guys, I gotta tell you, that's uh, that's really all we're gonna have time for today because I gotta get to work. You gotta get to work. But I gotta tell you, thank you so much for making this place a stop. That's fabulous. We got up to 18 of you in the chat right now. That's fantastic. I hope you guys come back because you know what? Every morning at the same time, same place, we're gonna do this throughout the rest of the school year here, and we'll take stock where our teacher's table is at the end of this, and you know what format we want to take moving forward. But for now, we got every weekday morning. I want you guys checking in. We'll do some topic ones too, and we'll keep a lot of them open for all of us. But that's all I got for today. So you guys take care and have a good day, and I'll see you all tomorrow.